Welcome, everybody, back to the board YouTube channel for your Thursday pick and roll for December 12th. And we're here today on the live stream this time, hopefully with good audio coming through to you guys. Had some technical difficulties on the Tuesday show, but we ended up getting out a video we ended up getting out some content in video form instead. So hopefully that was enough for you guys. We're back to the normal show format today. So let's get into things today. We've got 3 games on the NBA slate. Last time, there's going to be one of these mini slates here until we're back to normal. Big NBA slate coming tomorrow. So for all the content coming at you on the board YouTube channel, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And also, please make sure you drop a like on this stream if you enjoy along the way. Seeing some of the names in the chat, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Yes, audio is working today. That is a great start from Leon. L. Lance back here. Baja Boy, as always, in the chat. Thank you so much. Let's get to the picks that we had on that video rather than the stream there. 2 picks. We had, unfortunately, a loser on the first of the 2 plays. That was on SGA Luka Doncic. That SGP was assists and rebounds. But we did get a winner on Fred VanVleet for his under-run points yesterday against the Warriors. Pips, you mentioned right before the show to me, first time in 15 games that the Rockets have beaten the Warriors. And perhaps Fred VanVleet wasn't really helping along that way.
Yeah, no. Right. They played a great defense on him. Some people could look like 3 from 13. We were lucky. Nah, out of 13 shots, I think like 6 were like with 3. He just had the ball with 3 seconds left, and he just bombed the 30-foot contested 3. He was just like every pick and roll, they were on the level and just icing him to the side, and he took couple of contested mid ranges, but overall they were playing great. But yeah, Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet, another trash efficiency game, and all the win came from Amen Thompson and Shingun, our 2 best players, and our defense allowed Golden State Warriors to score 26 points in first 20 minutes of the game, which is it was like second quarter unit of Jabari Smith, Tari Eason, Amen Thompson, and Dylan Brooks. That's probably like one of the best possible defensive unit in the
Pretty
entire
good.
league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough to
So
score on.
overall, uh, great as Badger said. Fred VanVleet stand under and my Rockets win. So like perfect day.
A win-win scenario. A win-win scenario for
Yeah.
you. Absolutely. We'll jump into this slate in just a moment here. We'll be using the FanDuel odds screen as we normally do because FanDuel is the presenting sponsor on the board YouTube channel. And right now with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, they're giving everyone 3 months of NBA League Pass. And all you have to do to catch every tip-off and buzzer beater around the league is place any $5 bet on the NBA. You can follow along the picks from the show, follow along your own picks. And on top of this, for a limited time, new customers get $5, get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. So next time you have a hunch on how many points a player will score, who's going to win a matchup, or if you're telling a play from the show, bet it on FanDuel and watch your picks come to life live with League Pass. Visit FanDuel.com/board to get 3 months of NBA League Pass, courtesy of FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in United States for Kansas affiliation with Kansas Star Casino or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues now withdrawable bonus bet, which expires 7 days after receipt. After 3-month free trial, the full price of League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel anytime. No refunds. Term restrictions and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. We'll jump back into things here. We'll go to the FanDuel odds screen. We'll bring Pips back in, and we'll go to the top of the list here. Well, actually, we'll go out of order a little bit because I know you had your eye on this game. The Toronto Raptors taking on the Miami Heat. Raptors losers of 3 straight. Scotty Barnes out with an injury now. Feels like tanking is going to be the course of action for the team for the remainder of the season, but maybe the players don't know that yet. They did beat Miami last week. That was at home, though. Anyways, the 12-10 Heat. Spread here, 10.5 in favor of the Heat. Honestly, a little bit higher than I was expecting it to be. But what are your thoughts for this one, Pips?
Yeah, this is a bit higher end of this, but I mean Barnes was half the team last couple of weeks. Like he was by far the best player, even though Barrett played some efficient basketball, which is to a surprise. But difficult matchup for him tonight, as Miami usually does well against drives. He did kill them earlier, but overall, long term, that's not a great matchup for AJ. But yeah, I don't know.
Tennessee.
I don't like Miami offense. They are not covering this big spread usually because they can score in bunches. Uh, so yeah, they do struggle on offense a lot. So we'll see. I don't have opinion on this spread actually.
So I have a slight opinion. So last time they played, the Raptors won the last time they played. But the game before that, the game before the Raptors beat the Heat at home, the Heat hosted the Raptors. They were favored by 7.5, 8-ish. They won by 10 in the end. It was a close game throughout until the end of the game where the Heat pulled away.
Yeah.
So I guess the indication here is that Scotty Barnes is worth 3 points on the spread, which I don't necessarily agree with. So I would definitely lean Raptors on this one here. But beyond the spread, any interest in this game from a player prop standpoint?
Yeah, we will have our first, well, maybe only, but for now, first bet and that same game parlay for
Right.
Grady Dick and Duncan Robinson to both score 2+3s.
Okay. A couple of players to hit their threes today. We have Grady Dick, 2+, Duncan Robinson, 2+. Brings us to -103 on FanDuel. Again, Pips mentioned that is the first official bet of the day. Walk us through this play here, Pips.
I'll first start with Duncan Robinson. Fairly consistent scoring 2+3s. If you take a look this season, 17 of 21. But then look at the unders came against the Knicks. They don't allow in 14 minutes against the Knicks. He was 1 from 5 in 14 minutes. He's playing 25 to 28 minutes today, so double the minutes in that game. And in that game, he had 5 attempts. So expecting 7 at least tonight. So that should be enough. Then against the Celtics, 0 from 6 in 20 minutes from three. Celtics don't allow as many spot up, and that was difficult matchups. He still ended up shooting 6 in 20 minutes, which would be more than enough to cover this line. And then a very weird game against the Lakers. But overall, this season's over in 17 out of 21, and some games he played less minutes. He started the season with playing between 14 and 20 minutes. Last 2 games he played 29 and 28. Against Raptors, 2 games, 2 from 7, 2 from 9. And I remember watching these games. He was wide open on a lot of days, especially on the corners. This game where was 2 from 9, he was like started 0 from 6, and 4 out of these 6 were wide open. So yeah, he was getting good looks, and now back to the Raptors. If he gets this volume 7 and 9, that's just should be easy for him to cover against the Raptors. If you take a look at the Raptors defense, they are worst against handoffs. That's the way Duncan scores a lot of his points, and they are below average on spot up and below average in transition. So one of the best matchups for Duncan, and you guys allow 8 most threes in the league. So overall, not perfect matchup, but one of the best in the league for Duncan Robbins.
Yep.
On the Grady Dick side, no, Barnes should probably increase his usage, of course. Weird game against the Knicks. I expected him to shoot more threes. He ended up with 5. Yeah, that was rough. But overall, this season, when he gets 25 plus minutes, which he is getting tonight without Barnes, like no brainer. He covered this line in 13 out of 17 games. And we need to look at the matchup. And matchup looks great against Miami. Always the shooters. They allow fifth most spot up in the league, and they allow a lot from corners. And that's where he'll be a lot of the time while running the actions for him, pin downs or stuff. But transition and corners and overall spot up on the, well, let's say AJ Barrett drives to the rim, they will collapse. So kick out will be there, maybe some hockey assist to the Grady Dick will be passed around. But when you look at the against teams who are below average in spot up defense, he's over in every game. So 9 out of 9 against teams that defend spot up below average. And yeah, this is just a great spot for Grady Dick. I'm taking this approach like 2+2+ because there is always like potential for blowout in these kind of games with 10-point spread away. But if he's getting good minutes, he should cover this trip over 2.5 as well. But I'm taking this route. But plus 100 in this great of a matchup against poor spot up defense, he should cover. He should like three from 7, 3 from 8 should be on the line. So yeah,
And
I like
his
this matchup
usage,
for both.
his usage obviously increases by a good amount without Scotty Barnes. Like you're losing, like 30% usage off the team. That's got to be made up elsewhere with the Barnes injury. And we saw Grady Dick
Yeah,
at the start of the season was so good.
yeah, and also the most minutes of Scotty Barnes will be taken away by Agbaji, and he'll probably like what he gets in transition or from corners. That's about it. Uh, so yeah, I think that
Yeah,
Grady
good,
Dick should
good.
increase the and also more minutes to that Davion Mitchell, who also is very low usage offensive player. So
Yep.
yeah,
Good
so
start to the show with first official bet. Duncan Robinson 2+3s, Grady Dick 2+3s. We can now move into the next game here. We'll stick in the Eastern Conference. We have the Pistons visiting the Boston Celtics. Celtics big spread, favored by 12.5 points here. Over under standing at 227. Celtics 19-5 in the season. Pistons, they were floating around 500 for a while. Now they're at 10-15, starting to slip a little bit, but it's clear Boston are the better team here. And the spread to me kind of makes sense. Any thoughts on the spread or the total here?
if Tatum is playing, that should be a blowout. But as I said, Boston likes to play with their food, so like it's difficult to predict how they are going to play. Pistons kind of slipped lately. Uh, no opinions on this one. Terrible spread to bet, and you actually can't bet under against the Pistons, even though they have like 10 best defensive rating. Yeah, doesn't look like it when you look the games.
Fair enough. Player prop perspective. I know Tatum is sorry, my microphone's having an issue here. I know Tatum's questionable, but any thoughts on the player prop market?
Actually, nope. I don't like anything in this game. Could be
All
a
right.
blowout, but then you base your bet on the blowout, and then Celtics play like garbage. And no bets.
No bets for this one, which means we can go to the next game we have up here. The Sacramento Kings are away at the New Orleans Pelicans. I seriously got a feel for this Pelicans team, man. Just as like maybe they were starting to get like a little bit healthy. Maybe it wasn't too late in the season to try and make a run here. Brandon Ingram picks up an injury. He's going to be out indefinitely. There's still no timetable on Zion Williamson. Jordan Hawkins has been fluctuating with health this season. Same thing could be said for Jose Alvarado. It's just a disaster situation here. So Kings come in as 7-point favorites on the road, and it just makes sense with the way the Pelicans have gone this season.
Yeah.
The only go ahead.
I saw the injury. I actually had a bet on Ingram in that game when he got injured, and it was an over, so I lost that one. Yeah. But overall, terrible closeout by Dort. Like he was. I hate it. He does that a lot. He's in player's body. Like he is literally like inside of you, like with his legs. Like he's so close. It's crazy. and when you take a jumper, you are always landing on his legs or on his body because he's leaning in and he's it's incredible. So I was just waiting for it to happen, and it happened to Brandon Ingram. So yeah, but they have players back. Uh, Kings are playing better, way better with Monk starting. Uh, Huerter fine groove of the bench actually. So yeah, this is actually a good spot for probably for Kevin Huerter in this one. I think his line is. I'll just check some stuff between because I need to decide between two bets for
Okay.
Kevin Huerter. But I think I like his spot here. Last season, uh, he played between 20 and 30 minutes. He was over the threes line in 67% of the games, but on points, it's exactly the same. I'm doing the. I'm trying to decide between threes and points. I will go through my process. Probably like 8.5 points is tricky,
Mhm.
and 1.5 threes because he can make two threes and one additional like layup or free throws, and it's exactly at 8 points. So,
Okay.
are there more scenarios where he scores 9 plus with 1 3, or there are more scenarios where he scores 2 plus threes and stays under 8.5? So that's the thing here where I need to just check the stuff, and I'll do this like this way. Last season, when he scored 2 threes, he stayed on. He was over in 8 out of 11 games. But when he scored less than 2 threes, he was over in 3 out of 9 games. So it's almost the same, basically. Mhm.
Tough decision.
Yeah, it's tough. Just this.
No worries.
Yeah.
So we're
I
looking at Kevin
mean,
Herter here. Pape's gonna come up with something here. He likes a couple things.
yeah. So I'm just. I need to probably look at 2 plus 3s. Yeah, that's yeah. I'm trying to cook something. I always do this kind of stuff. Like when I need to decide, I check the win rate when he scored 2 threes. How many times did he ended up on 8 points? Uh, 3 times out of 11 games is actually a lot. And one came against the Pelicans, but he was 2 from 10 in that game.
Hmm.
Hawks 3 from 6. Yeah, 3 from 6 and 3 for 7 is what I'm afraid of. Like 2 from 5 from threes and then 1 from 2 on twos, and that's exactly 8 points. Last game I bet 7.5. It was a no-brainer. Like the difference between 7.5 is like words between them. This season, I need to check this season as well. When he played between probably like 18 or like 20 to 30 minutes. Uh, he scored and he scored 2 plus, not 2 plus, but exactly 2 threes. How many times he had 8? 2 threes, 14 and 10. And when he stayed under the threes, like when he scored 0 to 1 3, like when he stayed under the 3 line, he was over 8.5 points in only one game.
Hmm.
Yeah, this one is tough. Probably going to decide just to go with the better line.
Hmm.
So we'll bet over 8.5 points.
All right. At long last, we've got the play on Kevin Herter here, over 8.5 points. Checking it on FanDuel. We've got. Do we have a Kevin Herter line? No Kevin Herter line. All right. We'll go elsewhere. Hopefully
How is
opens
it?
up on.
I just saw the trees are there and then no lines for points. How like why do you have why they have 3 points a line
Yeah,
and
you're
don't
right.
have the player points, which is
Not
crazy.
sure, but that should come up a little bit later today. We'll refer elsewhere to see what the best price is. And I
Yeah,
see
this is actually widely available minus 115 or
minus
eight and a half
115.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
minus 115. The slightly better as well. There's slightly worse if that's your region. Minus 120 should be available as well. So we'll track this one at minus 115. Kevin Herter over 8.5 points. Seeing my screen, it was actually 9.5 briefly on FanDuel. It's gone away, and
yeah.
oh, they have.
Uh,
Okay, sorry. So this might be back in like a few minutes because they have his 10+ point lineup. They have his other milestone line, just not his actual just player prop for points. So, anyways, 115 we'll track it at for this one.
yeah, it's actually minus 115 to score 10 plus on FanDuel, which makes all the other prices way
Way better.
better.
Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
might actually come back at a worse price from Fan, like even
yeah,
worse
yeah.
relative
So
to what we're looking for.
yeah, so we are taking over 8.5 points. I'll just open like uh this and so I'll first do this. So when he played 20 to 30 minutes, he's over in 7 out of 12, 9.8 points average. But this matchup is incredible compared to the under against the Wolves, terrible matchup. Under against the Clippers twice, in one of the worst matchups in the league. Under against the Spurs, he shot poorly. And under against the Memphis, he scored 6 points on 0 from 6 from 3. Like, and those are top six defensive teams in the league. When we exclude those top six teams, we get over in 6 out of 7 games with 13.3 points average. In last two games, he played incredible, scoring 16 against the Spurs and 26 against the Jazz. I will say this matchup is kind of similar to the Jazz one, where he scored 26 and 14, and to the Hawks one, where he scored 10 points on 4 from 13. Uh, looking at the so he scored most of his points as a spot up. Pelicans give seventh most. They give second most in the transition. They give eighth most to the handoffs and average on off screens. Above the break threes, eighth most, and they give so much on so many easy or transition layups or cuts to the rim. So, like this is one of the best matchups out there. And we can see that Hield and Clay Thompson, Grayson Allen killed the line against the Pelicans. So Pelicans are struggling. Like they are having they're changing matchups every game, like lineups every game. So their defense cohesion and communication is often one of terrible. And Kevin Huerter of the bench with Monk starting should be like high usage player now from the bench. He comes in the game and straight up shooting. So I expect a big game for Huerter here. Also, I don't think he's in jeopardy with minutes. If it's a blowout, he should get his 25 for sure.
All right, there we
You
go.
know,
There's the. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, not much from them from bench. Like now they have like heavy starting unit. Like they have Fox, Monk, DeRozan, Sabonis in the starting unit. Of the bench, it's Isaac Jones, Keon Ellis, and Kevin Huerter. Like bench scoring is all Huerter, and they need at least 10 points from him from the bench. So especially in this kind of matchup, and yeah, Pelicans will have to put their best defensive players like Herb Jones and Javonte Green on De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, and DeMar DeRozan. So he'll probably let some cover against CJ McCollum or Trey Murphy or I don't know, like Brandon Boston. So that should be like a smash spot for him.
All right. There's the second play of the day. Kevin Herter over 8.5 points. Minus 115. Fairly widely available in market. Slightly better as well available if you can shop around, but we'll track it for that one on the show. That'll do it for the games as part of the show today. We can discuss as well some questions from you. If you've got questions from today for any bets you want second opinions on, please share them in the chat. We'll get to them right now. Queued some up already from earlier. Before we get into the first one here, another reminder, if you're enjoying the show, make sure you have hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like it from the Board YouTube channel. Earlier, Nicholas Jepson asked about Jakob Poeltl under 15.5 points, directly referenced the Bam Adebayo matchup being a difficult spot for him to score. What do you think about this one, Pips?
I bet it the last time and he blew them out. They switched on him and they let him like drop coverage. He had his floater. No Barnes. I'll stay away. Uh, usually Miami is sorry. Usually Miami is like a great matchup for unders against the bigs. This season wasn't the case. So my five
I
cents.
would lean actually over here because there's going to be a ton of RJ Barrett pick and roll usage with Poeltl, and they're going to take away those drives. They're going to make it difficult for Barrett. I think they're going to play a lot through Poeltl today. So just with the
Yeah,
absence of Barnes, that's what we saw last time he wasn't
yeah.
featuring. So
Two weeks ago he had 24 and 17, so he covered pretty easily.
I'd lean over there.
Yeah.
This name's tough. You say the name here.
Željko. Yeah,
Jelko.
it's
Okay. Sorry.
yeah.
Malik Monk over 22.5 points plus assists at 1.9 odds. So like minus 110.
Scoring wise, not the best matchup, but decent matchup. Assist wise, great matchup. So overall, should be good.
All right. Anthony asked about Sabonis over half a three at minus 148.
I'm not betting that stuff, especially at that price. I don't care if he's shooting like the fucking Sabonis, and this matchup is great inside. Yeah, I see that he's covered in like 65% of the games, but that price is just god awful for a big that's shooting maybe two, maybe one, three in a game. Yeah, so it's a no for me, especially with this lineup where he just doesn't need to shoot that much with Monk addition. Yeah,
All right. And so a no-go on Sabonis there. Couple questions coming about Oche Abaji. Nikola asked about over 9.5 points. And Dimitro asked about 2+ threes made at plus 140. What do you think about Abaji's matchup tonight?
it's great. Uh, I don't have high opinion on him as like a scorer, but matchup is great. Like the three should be there. Last time he was 2 from 3, I think, which is not enough to be a value on that bet. But without Barnes, he should get probably like 4 to 5, and that makes it a really good bet, really good spot plus money. And on the points, yeah, he can like he'll play 30 minutes and he can scrape something without Barnes out there.
He's been like very good from the corner this season, and he's been like regardless of if he's shooting well or not, he has the green light. If he's getting a catch and shoot opportunity, he's taking that, and they'll support him. Like if he goes 1 of 7, but he's taking 7 open threes, they will support all of that for him. Absolutely.
He,
So he's going to be
he's
shooting
low.
here.
He's low volume, but he is making 46%
Yeah,
of his threes this season,
yeah.
which
He'll take
is
like 3 or 4 a game, and capable of making a couple of those.
yeah.
So
He,
I would.
he averages four attempts in 30 minutes this
There you
season,
go.
which is yeah huge.
So maybe makes a couple and gets you most of the way there. Some transition looks. I would lean towards the overs on Abaji as well. You can cough. You can cough if you have to cough.
Yeah, it's
All right. Another one, Malik Monk. We answered that. We'll get. We'll see if you can handle a total here. A question about Celtics over 226 against the Pistons. Do you favor any total action on the Celtics Pistons game?
that looks really low. I don't know. The teams had rest, and yeah, this looks really low. Like I don't know bet this, but yeah, that my first thought about that bet is that's low.
All right. So
So
definitely a lean
yeah,
towards the over.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Last time they played, it was 250 points game. and mm, they didn't shoot well. I think. Yeah, they did, but yeah, the pace was 101, which is huge pace, and they missed Tatum. Yeah, I think that's a good win. Yeah.
And last one we'll go through here. Anthony asked about Davian Mitchell over 5.5 assists, minus 104 at FanDuel. Just looking at the price around, you could maybe do a little better here, but his usage, okay, I don't know about his usage. He's going to get a lot of play time today, though.
Yeah, I think he did well. I'll check some numbers.
Yeah.
I do it always. Uh, I'm not looking at so the Raptors when he's not playing with Barnes, and so when Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel quickly are off the court, Davion Mitchell averaged 7.6 assists per 36. So per 32, it's like 7 assists. So look kind of good. Let me just check when he's playing with Jacob and Grady Dick. So when he's playing with Jacob, it actually moves up to 8.1, and when he's playing with AJ Barrett, it goes a lot of down. It goes down to 4.19. So RJ is taking a lot from him, but he will play when RJ is on the bench a lot.
Yeah.
Uh,
RJ's like kind of the point. I would say RJ Barrett's the point guard when
yeah,
Barnes is out.
yeah.
Okay. That's interesting how much it fluctuates there.
Yeah.
How
I
much
mean
is that trend like? Because they only more later in the Barnes first injury, the eye injury, started using Barrett as the predominant ball handler / point guard. Do his assist numbers kind of go downwards as the season has gone on?
uh, can you just refine the question a bit? Like, would you like to meet for like to check like last month for
More
AJ Barrett
recent, yeah,
assist?
yeah.
So without Scotty Barnes on the court or overall?
Without Scotty Barnes.
Okay, so AJ Barrett without Scotty Barnes over the last month.
Oh no, I'm saying Mitchell. Mitchell.
Mitchell last month.
Because
Okay.
I'm wondering if like for the whole season his assist numbers were pretty high, but recently are they lower because Barrett's getting more of the ball now?
Last month of the season. So I can do like I like the last 3 weeks because that's when the Barnes get back. So last 3 weeks per 36, Deviant has 7.1 assist and Ejebet has 3.9.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually like very down for RJ and up for Devian Mitchell, which is weird because you just see the game start, but this is in minutes when uh, I'll just check. I did check when the Barnes is off and when Mitchell and Barrett are together on the court. It's heavily onto the Mitchell creating, but
Okay.
overall, still the same. Actually, when Mitchell is on the court without Barnes and Barrett, his numbers are all through the roof. Like he averages nine
Oh,
assists per
yeah.
game. Yeah. So, but when he's sharing with the Barrett, his numbers are at 7, and RJ goes all the way down to the 4. So I will not bet Barrett over assist, and I do lean over on Mitchell.
So another RG related question. Nicola asked about Barrett under 24.5 points because he's the focal point for Miami's defense. Just tough to start just because he's going to get he's going to get so much usage today. However, this is a team that can cut off his drives. I kind of lean under on this one. How about you, Pips?
Yeah, same. His usage goes up 3 field goal attempts a game without Barnes on the court, especially on the last 3 weeks. So that's 3 field goal attempts more, and the line is 3 points higher. So I think it's covered well. But always, like, if you are 50-50 split on the under and then you see the blowout chance, you'll make money betting the under long term. Like, if 1 of 5 games is a blowout win for the Miami, that's enough for you to swing to the profitable under on this bet.
Right. And last question here, because an interesting one. Anthony asks about a potential trend. Do we think the NBA is attempting to call less ticky-tack fouls during the in-season tournament to purposely give it a playoff feel?
Yes.
I'll let you go first, Pips. Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think this is like first round playoffs officiating.
I don't know what it is. I think it's just the nature of like a game in a bigger environment. The refs are kind of more lenient towards that. I don't know if that's a NBA mandated request to the officials or what. If it's just the situation, they feel like they just want to let them play. I'm not sure what it is, but perhaps it does feel like that when the players are out there.
I didn't check the numbers. That could easily be seen looking at the numbers, like the amount of free throws in the last 4 games compared to the so far in the
Sure,
regular
small
season.
sample, but let's see.
Small sample, but I think we can like see the trend probably. I'll just open some advanced data on NBA.com.
Yep.
Are you checking or should I?
Yeah. If you're, I can check if you're not.
Yeah, I think it's easy to do. So far this season, let me just check some others.
So we're seeing if there was less free throws in the last 4 games because they're all NBA Cup quarterfinal games
So
relative to the NBA season.
regular season so far we've seen 22 a game,
Okay.
22 and a something, and in the NBA Cup we actually seen more so
In the
far,
4 games.
but I don't know if like not overall in the NBA Cup. I think it's almost the same. Like I think it's exactly the same in the NBA Cup, but I don't know the last 4 games. Like last two. Like how do I even check the playoff NBA Cup?
I'll have to do it like manually the last four
Yeah.
games. Okay. Let me look manually here. I'll pull up all the box scores from those games. So
You can check the two last night. I'll check the two day before, so we
okay.
can
So
like
Rockets
cons-
Warriors, there was 19 free throws, so a little bit less. In the Hawks Knicks game, these were both games were also lower scoring, possibly due to the more aggressive style of play. There's 35 free throws in the Hawks and Knicks game.
yeah. And Magic and Bucks. I watched these games. Like I didn't see, but it was like 52 free throws.
52.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And then yeah, in the game, like,
Yep.
and in the other game, Thunder versus Dallas, only 26. So it's
26.
kind of yeah, it's kind of
So
like all over the place.
33 per game. Small sample, but 33 per game. That's a
And
lot.
uh, but yeah, but the numbers I was saying is per team 22 and a half in the season.
Oh,
So it was 45.
it did feel low. 30 so 33 total. So per team 16 and a half
Yeah.
per team. So it
Yeah.
is
So
down in these four
that's
games.
very yeah, a lot. And I would say the defense was very more physical than the regular season. So I think it's even like higher to a degree. And yeah, the game like Golden State Warriors and last night in Houston were clamping all over the place, and the game ended up with only 19 free throws. Uh, if that kind of physicality is seen like second week of the season, that's probably like double the free throws like in the regular season game. So
So
yeah, the
it would appear that there is more
yeah
leniency towards defense in these NBA
yeah
Cup
of course
games.
yeah 4 games is small sample size of course, and but the team like Houston usually allows a lot of free throws. Golden State Warriors allow a lot of free throws in the like looking at their data.
Mhm.
So them only being like at 19 is like huge tell, in my opinion. Even though it's the small sample size.
There you go. So we'll see what goes on with the NBA Cup semis. Maybe this trend can slightly continue. but there are some very interesting games to be played in the NBA Cup.
Yeah, I
In
enjoyed it
the
so far.
semifinals. Good matchups there. Good matchups there.
I need to like I said when we look at the Hawks against the Knicks, 8.5.
You did like the Hawks, yes,
Yeah,
for a good reason.
they are really good when healthy,
Yep.
and they are not even healthy. Like Young is playing through Achilles injury, obvious lack of the burst and the explosive first step, and he can't leap for his floaters. But when he's facilitating in Hunter and Bogdanovic, Jalen Johnson are playing real well. And they have Dyson on the defense. He locked the shit out of Brunson in that game. Like, even without helping much, he just completely took him out of the game, which was incredible to see. And yeah, complete breakdown. And also, fuck Carl Anthony Towns. I had a bet last night, 20 plus points and 12 plus rebounds. He cleared the rebounds well, and he fucking like this motherfucker. Game on like the most important game so far in his Knicks career, at home against the Hawks that they fucking hate. He makes 2 terrible fouls in like 1 minute and has 5 fouls with 11 minutes left in the
That's
game.
just Carl, man. That's just what he does.
Yeah, and he does it to me. He fouls out, of course, later in the game. And I had 20 plus, he had 19, and he missed 3 free throws. If I had any love in my heart for him, it's completely gone. Yeah.
Fair enough. That's what betting can do to your relationship with a player. I think that's it for questions. That will wrap up the show. Let's go to the official picks for today's show. Remember to hit the like button if you're tailing the plays. If you enjoyed the show today, make sure as well you're subscribed to the channel for more pick and roll content. We'll be back tomorrow for a big slate of NBA games. Just how many games we got tomorrow? 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 games tomorrow. You'll want to tune in tomorrow for the show. But for today, here are the 2 picks. Grady Dick, 2+3s. And Duncan Robinson, 2+3s. That combined gave us -103 odds at FanDuel. And then in the next play, Sacramento at New Orleans, we got Kevin Huerter over 8.5 points. -115 was widely available. Shop around to find the best price in your region. That'll do it again, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, for more pick and roll presented by FanDuel.